All right, I'm here at the OCA Fall Event. I'm here with Mark, and I wanted to just kind of get a feel. We've gotten through a lot of regulatory changes in Oregon, and it feels like we're kind of getting to some open water, and I just wanted to hear your take on that.
Well, from an agency perspective, we're focusing on compliance and enforcement activity now to support the framework of the regulated market, which we've already built out in terms of the licensees that we have in the system. It's important for those licensees that are functioning in the regulated market to know that we're doing our best to ensure that those that are outside the system are being accounted for in terms of that compliance and enforcement activity, because we know and realize that a lot of what is produced outside the regulated system gets diverted into the illegal market, whether it's in the medical grow space or whether it's actually outright illegal activity. And like any business, those who are our licensees are paying their fees and paying their taxes, and they are at an unfair competitive advantage compared to those who are participating in the illegal market. So that's where our focus is right now, in particular since our next chapter, if you will, is going to be helping existing OHA growers transition to the OLCC or migrating those who stay in the OHA system into the cannabis tracking system, the metric system, which are going to have to participate in by the middle of next year. So I'd say our overall focus is on compliance and enforcement. We stood up the supply chain of the industry, the legitimate industry, during the last year, starting starting in the spring, and it's been almost a year since OLCC licensed retailers have been operational. So it was about October 1st of last year that they began operating. So again, our focus would be on compliance and enforcement, and then continuing to license new applicants as we're able.
Excellent, awesome. Where do you see the next 5 years going?
Well, I think, certainly there are a lot of other states that are coming online with recreational or adult use cannabis, and there's sort of a patchwork of regulations right now because, say, unlike the country of Canada, which is developing a federal system, there is no federal system right now. So we're going to continue to follow and operate based on the Cole Memorandum. That's the framework which kind of guides us in terms of the developing of regulations, and the legislature has been aware of that as it's developed laws around adult use cannabis. So we'll continue to focus on that and really do what we think is best for the Oregon system, because the Oregon system isn't like the Washington system and isn't like the Colorado system. Whereas in Colorado it's actually baked into their constitution. In Oregon, since Measure 91 passed, the legislature has made adjustments to both balance public safety and to accommodate the growth of this new industry. So, like any new area of business, we all need to show some flexibility, to be nimble, but to make sure at the end of the day that we're focusing on compliance and making sure that public safety is ensured, whether it's in terms of access or it's in terms of the industry being able to conduct its business.
That's awesome. Mark, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.